Hello, the state television company Western Armenia represents the most important news for today. The film about Artsakh was included in the list Oscar nominees. Call from Armenians of Syria. Dadivank, the historical pearl, is under threat. Armenian writing found on Mosque of Mush. Baku is building justification for attacking Syunik region. Edgar Elbakyan. The international community must act. A report. The role of Armenian artists in Pre-Hellenic period. Ashot Harutyunyan. Director Hostess' film named 250 km tells the story of a boy from Artsakh who traveled 250 km during the Third War in Artsakh. It was included in the long list of Oscar nominees. The film pictured in 2022. It was Hostess' diploma work, which won more than a dozen international awards. At SR Film Festival in New York, it received 2 awards, Best Female Director and Best Actress. Company Burton, as a co-producer, celebrates the exceptional work of the film's creative team and the international recognition of Armenian art. During the escalation of the war in Syria, the Armenian community of Aleppo is once again facing severe trials. On 29 November, the news from Aleppo confirmed the opposition forces invaded the city, captured the Armenian neighborhoods. Armenian families were in a desperate situation, without food, without financial means to ensure their safety. The Armenians of Aleppo addressed with the following message: "We want to leave the city, but we don't have the means. Where are our leaders and what happened to our nation?" Today we call all patriots to provide immediate funds to Armenians of Syria to move their homeland Armenia. Our unity will be the guarantee of saving their lives. Dadivank, one of the famous religious and cultural centers of historical Armenia, it is also known as Harutyunyan. For the first time, it was mentioned in the first half of the 9th century in historical sources. However, in the 12th century, the monastery was destroyed by the Seljuk Turks. It was restored in the second half of the 12th century, and most of the current buildings of the complex date back to the 13th century. Dadivank represents a large architectural complex which consists of 2 main groups of monuments. The churches of the monastery are 4 in number, and the country yards and the bell tower are located in the northern part. The buildings of secular significance are located in the southern part. The secular structures of the complex, the palace party hall, the guest house, the library, and the refectory stand out for their originality and typological diversity. However, after 2020 war, it has also been affected by Azerbaijan's cultural killing policy, which threatens its existence and heritage. The Armenian writing found on Mosque of Mush is a testimony of historical significance. The minaret of Mosque in the Armenian city of Mush has an interesting and unique inscription which attracts the attention of history and cultural lovers. The writing is difficult to notice, though only those who know the Armenian language can read it. The inscription expresses the words Yeranos Mimar, which translates as Yeranos, the architecture master builder. Yeranos was the builder of the mosque. The fact that such an inscription can be found on a mosque in an Armenian city is a reminder of the multi-layered cultural and religious history of the region. The architecture of the mosque is also special, combining elements of the Islamic and Armenian styles. This inscription and the mosque are unique testimonies of the historical and cultural heritage of Mush. Political scientist Edgar Elbakyan wrote in his Facebook post, "While the world and our region are sinking deeper into rivers of blood, the enemy Azerbaijan is building justification to attack the Syunik region of Armenia, and the de facto Turkish regime of Armenia is looking for ways to facilitate this task and dissolve Armenia, most of the domestic opposition." The international community must act, put an end to these atrocities, impunity, and stand up for justice. Ethnic cleansing is being carried out in Artsakh by the Azerbaijani regime. For systematic violence, intimidation, and deprivation, Azerbaijan forced more than 100,000 ethnic Armenians from their ancestral homes, erasing centuries of cultural heritage in the process. The report documents the harsh reality facing Armenians: regular attacks, denial of basic rights, and forced displacement, proving that these actions are part of a calculated strategy to empty Artsakh of its indigenous Armenian population. This is not just a regional problem. This is a gross violation of human rights that requires global accountability. The international community must act to end these atrocities and stand up for justice. Armenian artists of the Pre-Hellenic period played a special role in preserving the cultural and spiritual heritage of our people. They created works of art as well as they taught their students to portray and keep mythological characters deep in their hearts. The purpose of this approach was to preserve the sanctity of the deeds. Characters of deeds were strengthened in the memory of teenagers, becoming an integral part of their inner world. For the purpose of training, artists sometimes instructed students to reproduce scenes from memory only. However, in order that this process did not turn into idolatry, these portraits were as a rule destroyed. Works of Armenian painters became a bridge between the past and the future, ensuring the continuity of our culture. This was all for today. I wish you a good day. We will meet.